Well, weather changed overnight. It's pretty cool and lightly raining out here. I gotta go back to Dallas for a little bit. There's a bunch of stuff I left and a family situation that, I need to go back and be with people. If I didn't have to do this trip, I wouldn't. That's really the only way I can put it. I do not want to leave right now. I do not want to leave Amber for... It's not going to be a terribly extended period of time, but it is going to be an extended period of time. But we went over things last night, and she knows what to keep an eye on, how to keep things up and running. So, in a few minutes, I'm going to hop in my Jeep, head on back. Well, that's the first 100 miles down, and I forgot about this stretch where there are no gas stations for like 20 or 30 miles in any direction, and I really have to pee. Whew. This is the beginning of the part of the drive I really don't like. Right now, this isn't even the worst of it, because there's still some tiny elevation changes and some tiny curves in the road all the way up through to the New Mexico border. It's once you hit that New Mexico border that you have the third of this drive that I have learned to detest, because it's just straight, flat, nothing for like a couple 100 miles. I hate it, but I'm taking this drive in two pieces this time. I don't want to do the marathon 10 to 11 hour drive from the homestead to Dallas. I'm just going to split it up to the halfway point, grab a cheap motel, get an actual real night rest before I tackle the second 300 miles. Yeah, I just have to do this another 5 times. Onward. I'm going to stretch my legs. I'm at just shy of 200 miles now. And this is the part where this is no longer feeling like New Mexico anymore. This is starting to feel like West Texas. Ugh. Coming up on Hobbs, New Mexico. This town is how I know whether coming or going I am near the New Mexico-Texas border. I hate driving east on this highway past Hobbs and past the border, because it almost instantly becomes the most boring drive on the, well, no. Driving through Kansas is worse on Highway 70, but West Texas is kind of close. Man, it is. It has also been raining on me this entire time. I'm okay with it. I'm keeping it to about 5 under. Just keeping it cool. So the rain gives me an excuse not to speed. Yeah, this is Texas style rain. I don't hate it. That said, I didn't really miss it. Okay, so this is a little different. I decided I was going to stop for the day and get a cheap hotel in the town of Snyder, Texas, which, if you've never been through it, it isn't even worthy of a description. It's a very, very small town in West Texas. However, because I told it, take me to Snyder, Google just took me completely off the highway at a place where I've never turned before. I am now on some back 2-lane Texas farm road. It looks like it's still just taking me to Snyder, but it's taking me like some back road. And you know what? I actually prefer this to the regular highway because there's a little bit more to look at. Not much. It's still very flat, but there's a few homes and abandoned homes and farms. So I'm not hating it. And it's saying I'll still get there in about an hour. Whew. 6 hours later, made it to Snyder, Texas. If you've never heard of Snyder, you probably never will again. This is not much of a anything town. Oh, I'm so tired. Would have been here about an hour quicker, but just after I took the video in Hobbs, there was flash flooding that messed up the highways, and we were parked for about 20 minutes and took like another 35 minutes for all the traffic to clear, which I did not miss traffic. Living rural, we don't have any. Living in Alamogordo, we don't have any. So, welcome back to civilization, James. After a fairly deep good night's sleep, I am ready to get this show on the road for day 2 of driving back to Dallas. Only got about 4 hours left. Well, that was fucking fun. Whew! Interstate 20, just outside of Abilene. 2 guys in Ford F-250 style trucks just totally ran me off the road. I don't have any, like, liberal bumper stickers on my car or anything. There was very light traffic, nobody else really near us, and these guys matched me for speed. They were honking. One of them swerved about 3 times, acting like he was trying to clip my bumper. And eventually I just took an off-ramp at far too fast. Managed not to total my car or anything, but I got the hell off the interstate. So now I'm just gonna take a couple of back highways where there aren't many other people. A little rattled, but I'm okay. Car's okay. I pulled over and checked everything. I don't see any like obvious damage or anything to the car. Welcome back to Texas, James. Less than 100 miles to go. Stopped at Mineral Wells to grab some beer. Cashier asks where I'm going. I say Dallas. She goes, "Oh, you got a ways to go." I'm like, bless your heart. No. I'm almost home. The other home. No. I'm almost back at Handbasket. Maybe another 2 hours. We'll see. Well, I've been back in Dallas for 72 hours. Shut up. I hate it here. I've been gone for over 2 months. I reached out to the 3 or 4 friends who I wanted to cook a dinner for. And originally they all said, yeah, totally, I'll show up. And then one by one, over the last 6 hours, they all bitched out. They had other things going on. I get it. Like, I'm not going to be that brat who stomps their feet and says, but I'm here. Didn't you miss me? Shut up. At the same time, I've been gone for 2 months, and given an opportunity for me to cook them dinner, people bitched out. On top of that, it has now been 72 hours. I hate it here. I was okay with it for 30 years, but the humidity, the mosquitoes, the heat, and God, the constant noise. Like, there's a guy running a chainsaw right now, and this morning there was a guy running a leaf blower, and all the jets. This is right next to DFW Airport and Love Field, so just constant jet noise. I actually pinged Amber this morning saying, oh my God, I didn't realize I could be homesick for a place I've only lived for 2 months. I am homesick. The smell, just the smell of the city. Now that I've been out of it for a little bit, I was not prepared for the stench of city life again. Because at the homestead, I wake up, I walk outside, I smell trees, plants, desert rain, or even desert dirt smells better than this. Also, this isn't really fair, but Dallas drivers, I've often said while I was living here, Dallas drivers are the worst drivers on the fucking planet. They drive like they want to kill themselves and you every day before 5 p.m. I didn't miss traffic. I didn't miss the constant noise, the horrible human beings here. I want to go back to the homestead. But I got a couple of weeks. I don't know. Like, if I edit this, this might be the next video on the channel. But I've never felt so Spider Jerusalem about a place. If you don't get that reference, then read more comics. But I love my family here. I need to stop by, grab stuff, and spend time with them. I just don't want to be in Dallas. Which is funny if you know me, because I loved Dallas for a time, to the point that I got the Dallas skyline tattooed on my fucking forearm. I don't usually regret my tattoos, but I'm thinking about blacking it out. Thinking about finding a tattoo artist who can make it into something else, because once upon a time I wanted to live and die here. I don't feel that way anymore. Now that I've gotten out of this and come back, I don't want to live here anymore. 2 weeks from now, I will go back to the homestead. I'm really looking forward to it. I certainly did not miss Dallas traffic. Tomorrow morning, early, I'm going to head back to the homestead. I did this once already in July, but this time feels very different. There are things going on in this country right now that are pretty bad. And I came back here to grab some stuff that I couldn't just have shipped, and I didn't trust somebody else to drive it out to us. I'm on the eve of heading out, and I don't miss this place. I'm not going to miss it tomorrow. This was my home for 30 years, and it's not home anymore. For those of you wondering about if there's any drama between me and Mel, people who know my home life situation, no, there isn't any. Mel and Fox are going to stay here. Amber and I are going to go to New Elysium. And it's gonna probably be a while before I come back here. And we've talked about it. They understand. They're, again, no drama. For the drive tomorrow, I'm also struggling with a little bit of what I can only call the anxiety of traveling a long distance by yourself. The anxieties pipe up in the back of my mind. Oh, wow. Maybe the car will break down. Maybe I'll have a flat in the middle of freaking nowhere. Maybe I'll get in a wreck. Maybe something. And I've done this kind of adventure many times in my life. I know, I just gotta tamp those, smack those anxieties down. I don't know if it's going to be a 1-day trip or a 2-day trip. That's going to depend on the weather and how far I get by about 4 p.m. tomorrow. We'll see.